Life is ready to be awarded on June 30th. Enter at PCH.com before it's too late. That's PCH.com. Better hurry if you want the next big winner to be you. Enter now at PCH.com. Entries due 6/25. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited.
Can the daily recommended servings of fruits and vegetables fit into just 6 capsules? Yes! We start by sourcing organically grown whole fruits and vegetables. We ensure they are picked at peak ripeness. All of our produce is third-party tested for pesticides, heavy metals, bad bacteria, and nutrients. They are then washed, cut, and put through an advanced vacuum cold process which removes the water using pressure. This maximizes the nutritional value while preserving the color, smell, and taste of the fruit or vegetable. The freeze-dried food is then ground into a fine powder without adding any additives, fillers, or extracts. These powdered foods are then mixed in our proprietary blends and encapsulated, locking out air and moisture. The capsules are then bottled and shipped directly to our customers. Balance of Nature is now offering 35% off on any new preferred order. Go to balanceofnature.com today and use discount code CHICAGO.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
Hey all, this is Jim Carr, co-host of the #1 rated manufacturing podcast, Making Chips, and a customer of Signature Bank. If you're a crazy busy company owner like me, you know that success in business is all about relationships. While many banks call themselves a relationship bank, Signature knows how to do it right. They made the banking relationship easy and on my timeline. Their technology, coupled with the attention from my personal banker, made the transaction as effortless and seamless as possible. Much thanks to Signature Bank for supporting Car Machine and Tool when we needed it most. Bam.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. To learn more about turning your business vision into reality, visit signaturebank.bank. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
AM 1160, Hope for Your Life, is inviting you to shop local during AM 1160, Hope for Your Life.
Have you wanted to speak a new language, but you thought it'd be too hard or take too much time? Then go to Babbel.com, download the app, and try it for free. In just 15 minutes a day, you'll be on your way to speaking a new language in just a few weeks. And right now, you can try Babbel for free. Babbel starts out teaching you words and phrases by matching them with pictures. You won't believe how easy the interactive program is. Soon the sentences get a little bigger, and before you know it, you're having simulated conversations voiced by native speakers. And because Babbel is crafted by language experts and uses the spaced repetition method, in just 10 to 15 minutes a day, you'll be speaking the language of your choice with real confidence. With Babbel, you can speak a language. Just go to Babbel.com and start your first lesson in the language of your choice for free. Download the Babbel app or go to Babbel.com and try it for free. That's BABBEL.com.
When trouble shows up, American Step Up. It's exhilarating to see all the silver linings we're experiencing. Neighbors are getting to know one another. Community supporting small business. Even the dogs of the world are very, very happy. As a reminder, Douglas Automotive remains open and continues to offer complete automotive repair service backed by their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on all parts and labor. There's no better time to get necessary repairs, diagnostic checks, or even new tires and alignment. Just drop off your car and they'll do the rest. Don't want to leave your home? Take advantage of their no-touch concierge service. They'll pick up your car and return it after service, sanitized and ready to go. Douglas Automotive has 3 convenient locations to serve you. Visit douglasautomotive.com for easy online scheduling or call them at 815-356-4040. And thanks for stepping up, America.
Service with integrity, Douglas Automotive.
8:09, Team Hochberg Traffic Center time, and Jim Telemonte.
Metro trains are moving again on the Union Pacific Northwest line after there was some police activity around Jefferson Park. St. Charles and South Elgin Crane Road remains closed between Silver Glen and near Sagebrook after a major crash and ongoing investigation. 8094 eastbound, the exit to Grant Street remains blocked. There's a major fuel spill there. A truck lost over 500 gallons. Checking traffic on the inbound Eisenhower, it's a little congested. Approaching the Burns Circle, 30 minutes, 390 to downtown. Inbound Stevenson, there's a delay western of the Rhine, 30 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Inbound Rhine, you've got a 2-minute delay from Cermak to the Circle. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next in our 1-hour heating and air conditioning weather center. Sunshine this morning, clouds this afternoon will top out at 62. 43 at O'Hare. Next news at 8:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
Listen to AM 560, The Answer, online at 560theanswer.com, on the AM 560 mobile app, on your Alexa-powered smart speaker, on TuneIn, iHeart, and radio.com. This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
Top of the morning, Dan and Amy. Before he jetted off to Phoenix, President Trump had this to say about Democrats, and I would include the D.C. press corps when he references Democrats, their honorary members.
And frankly, the Democrats should be ashamed because they don't want us to succeed. They want us to fail so they can win an election, which they're not going to win. But they want us, think of it, they do everything they can to make things as bad as possible. And right now, the stock market's way up.
Yeah, they want Trump to fail, so they want things to be made bad as possible economically, and purposely don't connect the dots between economic health and public health. There's a good.
Can I say something? I misspoke earlier when I said the media wants, the numbers to be up, the hospitalizations to be up. No, they don't. It's liberal people in Chicago that are waiting for the second wave. They're like, yeah, there's going to be a second wave. They're excited about failing, and they're excited about this economic hardship. I don't understand. And I think it's all about getting Trump out of office.
They're that, and they're saving the world from the comfort of their summer homes. There's that psychology, too. Holman Jenkins on the media had a good piece in the Journal. It's not that objective inquiry into the facts and logic of events is difficult. It just has become irrelevant to journalists thriving in today's professional milieu. Reporters are actually praised for advancing the narrative, finding facts, quote unquote, to support a desired storyline. If this is what our industry is really coming to, we deserve everything the internet and cord cutting have done to us. By the way, an intelligent public, whatever portion of the public that description might represent, does not suffer under the exchange. If anything, they are oversupplied with interesting, original thought and knowledge, often supplied at the provider's own expense by dozens of high-quality volunteers and blogs and social media, easily found amid the dreck. We only succeed in increasing their relevancy as we decrease our own. Yeah, I think that's right. The problem is, as Holman Jenkins sort of concedes, is that are you getting to critical mass in terms of the public fast enough when it comes to doing things like destroying your economy? And the answer clearly is no. I mean, if many people read Marginal Revolution's blog as read USA Today, would America be a much better place, a much smarter place? Yes. If as many people read Hollywood and Toto as read the New York Times, would America be a much better place, a much smarter place? Yeah. But that's not the case, at least not yet. And TikTok. It reminds me of Adlai Stevenson, the story about Adlai Stevenson I love so much, running against Eisenhower for president, gets off the stage after delivering a speech, asks his aide, how do you think I did? And the aide said, you did well, but you're a little kind of over people's heads. You need to sort of bring it down to the common man level. Adlai Stevens said, yeah, well, this campaign is for the informed voter. And his aide said back to him, yeah, well, that's not going to be enough. That's what I think about at least certain states, certain metropolitan areas like the one in which I reside, Chicago. For more on this, pleased to be joined by the editor of the blog I just mentioned, whose work I've been reading for a long time, so it's a pleasure to speak with him for the first time. Christian Toto, editor of HollywoodInToto.com, has written on the topic of the media as well. Christian, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for having me. Thanks for the kind words, too.
Yeah, no, I enjoy the stuff that you post, including this most recent piece at John Solomon's site, justthenews.com, about legacy media and social media giants converging. And that sort of dovetails, I think, to some extent in what Holman Jenkins' observation about what the old media, the legacy media, has become. But develop what Jenkins said or disagree with it, and then fold that into your view of how this media consolidation is occurring.
Yeah, I don't disagree with those statements. Here's the problem. When we had new media, when we had platforms like YouTube and Twitter, we were told this would be an unfettered, more raw presentation, and that we were Americans and we could trust the news coming our way. We could discern what's good, what's bad, what's nonsense, what should be considered, what should be thrown away. It was up to us. We could decide. And now we can't. And if there are opinions that the platforms don't like, they get canceled. They get taken off. It's really amazing. We're seeing it in real time. And at a moment in our culture where we just don't know all the facts, obviously none of it the pandemic, we need more information. And we need doctors to say, hey, I've got this idea based on this research. We need to discuss this. And yet that very situation got taken down from YouTube, which you may have talked about in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what are the other some examples of, videos that have been taken down off of YouTube for violating, quote unquote, its community guidelines?
How about Prager University? We talked about that ad nauseum. I mean, dissertations on the state of Israel are taken down because apparently, I don't know, the YouTube minders just disagree with the state of Israel existing. And so videos about it shouldn't exist. I mean, it's remarkable stuff as you're describing.
Yeah, in a fair world, the PragerU situation would be all over the news. It's absurd, it's cartoonish, and it's the clearest example we've seen in recent months where, what are they thinking? This is a squeaky clean channel. How could they make that restricted, those videos? But it's more than that. Obviously, Twitter does it as well. I cover Hollywood, so I see stars say the worst things, the meanest things, the cruelest things, and they never get punished or banished or taken down, and yet other stars like James Woods, the conservative actor, he has the wrong thought, and he's gone for a while. So it's all over, and it's just getting worse given the pandemic. And I understand we're all scared. We're all kind of scrambling to find our footing here. But I don't think taking more thoughts down is the answer. If there's a crazy rant about, if you take vitamin D caplets, you'll be fine, and you can walk into a germ storm. I understand there's sort of crazier thoughts here, and maybe those obvious things, are open to getting canceled. But when it comes to more subjective things, more nuanced thought, why are we taking that down?
Well, what about like UV light treatment for COVID-19?
Well, if anything is associated with President Trump, it's game over. And, I think I read this morning that in New York, the subways are being treated with UV light. So, listen, Trump may be inarticulate at times with the way he shares a thought, but anything connected to him all of a sudden becomes, we've got to stop this out. We can't have it. And we saw that with the anti-malaria drugs, which was maybe the most shocking example of media bias I've seen in quite some time, although I think that changed by the day given the Biden scandal. But, it's all over. It's everywhere. And these are the major platforms. They're so big. They dominate so much of our social lives in a way, and digital lives, that when they take it down, it matters.
And they've disposed the culture to be competition, to be a victim. And they help advance that cultural disposition by playing that game themselves. And this is sort of gives them license to throw all the standards out. We've seen that in so many instances, but most recently, Andy Lack, the former, now deposed head of NBC News, his treacly op-ed at NBC News about the press corps and the heroic things they're doing in the face of, the face of President Trump in an attack by the administration. Pulitzer Prize-winning New York Times reporter David K. Johnston saying in a recent interview, "We've got to get this man, Trump, out of office or it's the end of our democracy, and down the road, Joe, lie firing squads." Firing squads, he was asked by Joe Madison, the host. Well, that's what dictators do. I mean, I said after Donald Trump won the Electoral College that if you could find a way to have me arrested because he said he hates me more than any other journalist in the world, that he would do so. Trump has no empathy for anyone else. And every case I've ever studied that a country has been taken over by a dictator, of course, there are firing squads, and I would expect to get shot in the first round. You see, David K. Johnston, the Pulitzer Prize winner, is facing a firing squad if Trump gets reelected. And so anything that he says or does or that his colleagues say or do is fair game.
Yeah, what's interesting about the journalism angle is that it's often journalists who are making or coaxing these big tech platforms to silence dissent, to silence opinions. There was a reporter for the New York Times who saw a video that had a viewpoint he didn't like, and he rushed out to them and said, "You've got to take this down," and they did. Was it a direct cause and effect? No, but we don't know. It could have been direct. But the problem is that these journalists they want less information, not more, and that's kind of staggering. It's, they should be on the opposite side of things. But we've seen in recent weeks where The Atlantic said, well, China may have the right idea about the flow of information.
Yeah.
I mean, just imagine that thought from a journalistic outfit, whether it's left or right or in the center. I just can't believe we're here at that moment.
Well, it speaks to, things that could never happen in America. People compare to what's happening in the Soviet Union, what's happening now in communist China, what's happening in dictatorships. Things could never happen in America. And they're being driven by people who are otherwise posturing themselves as anti-dictatorial, as anti-authoritarian. But they're doing a great job, I guess, of gaslighting the American people because they seem to be getting away with it in most parts of the country.
What I'm amazed at, there aren't any major journalists, really big names, who want to maybe just put their foot down and say, enough. I look at my industry and we're killing ourselves. We're hurting our own cause. We're damaging our reputation. We've got to stop. There's got to be sort of a network-like scream where they say, I don't want to take it anymore. It's not happening. I'm not seeing it. And I guess they're scared to death and understand because they'd be branded a pariah if they went down that road. But someone's got to stand up and say, listen, I don't even like Trump. I'm not going to vote for him, but I can't stand what's happening to my fellow journalists. What are we doing? And there's no one out there saying that.
Well, we'll keep looking for our Howard Beale. Christian Toto, editor of HollywoodInToto.com. Oh, I got to ask you real quick. Sorry. Did you see Bad Education, Hugh Jackman and Allison Janney yet?
I haven't. I've been watching a lot of independent films, but I haven't caught up with that. Have you seen it?
I have seen it. You have to see it because I want to hear your review of it and see if it matches up to mine, which, it would be wise if it did, of course. But no, you got to see it. And this is
don't taint him before he goes in to see the movie.
This is Teacher Appreciation Week, so it's the perfect time to see it. But anyway, I will look forward to your review. Christian Toto, editor of HollywoodInToto.com. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Thanks. We'll have you back on soon. And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
Connect with Dan and Amy on the AM 560 The Answer mobile app. Just text the word app to 64636 to download the app today.
After 25 years of building websites for all kinds of companies in many different industries, AmericanEagle.com realized a well-designed website is also your best employee, bringing efficiency, revenue, production, showing up every day, giving above and beyond to increase your bottom line. That's what a website designed, developed, and hosted by AmericanEagle.com has brought to so many clients. An AmericanEagle.com website is a 24/7 branding exercise, building rapport and thus brand equity while you sleep. Companies like WeatherTech have relied on AmericanEagle.com's website design and development and hosting capabilities for years. When some of the world's top brands need a reliable company to prepare their sites for high-traffic events, who do they call? AmericanEagle.com. Their clients have come to rely on them for a full line of website services, from consulting and strategy to digital marketing, hosting, and maintenance. Give the team at AmericanEagle.com a call today. 1-877-WEB-NOW. The number 1 is the number. AmericanEagle.com is the website. 1-877-WEB-NOW-1 is the number. And, don't tell me the Tribune's not bringing you the news that's relevant to your life. Don't tell me that the Chicago Press Corps isn't concerned about you Chicagoans. This story, polyamorous relationships during the quarantine have their own challenges. Finally, somebody speaking for the polyamorous. We were just talking about Dennis Prager and the censorship that he has experienced at the hands of YouTube and Google and Alphabet. Right now, we're all stuck at home watching a lot of TV, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, YouTube. But there's one movie you won't find in any of those streaming services because it's been targeted for elimination by Hollywood and the big tech oligarchs. It's called No Safe Spaces. It's the documentary our very own Dennis Prager and Adam Carolla produced, showing how free speech is under attack in America, especially on college campuses, on social media platforms throughout Hollywood. Number one political documentary of 2019, 99% audience rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Prager and Carolla explain how America is becoming a dangerous place to speak your mind and share unpopular ideas and what you can do about it. Again, there's been a lot of work by the left to make sure you can't see it, but you can. It's available to stream online, to stream live on demand at nosafespaces.com. That's nosafespaces.com. Spend time watching No Safe Spaces together with your family. Watch it today at nosafespaces.com.
Townstone Financial is synonymous with great rates, low closing costs, and phenomenal service to the thousands who have completed purchases and refinances with us since 2002. Hi, my name is Barry Sterner, owner of Townstone Financial. Let's hear from Jim, who just completed a no-cost refinance with Townstone Financial.
I would recommend Townstone to anybody. And I